Good morning, Dustin. My name is Jessica Peterson, and earlier I spoke with Ashton, and she thought you should probably be the one to see this video, or maybe that you might be the most interested in the video. I'm not sure. But either way, I'm super excited that she accepted this video on your behalf because I'm going to go over just 3 things you guys can start applying right away, and it's really going to help you guys out online. And I know this because we've applied these exact same strategies with over 50 other restoration companies just like you guys throughout the United States. And it has made a huge impact on their business. And in some cases, I'm talking way more than just a couple new jobs. I'm talking they reached goals they never thought they were going to reach. So it's actually been a huge, huge impact on other restoration companies. So I'm really excited for you to take this video, run with it, apply it, and start bringing those jobs in every month. So please feel free to take it, run with it, apply it, and start today. Or if you decide you'd rather partner with somebody and help you get there, that's okay too. That is our specialty. We'd be happy to partner with you. But either way, I'm just super excited to get you this information so you can get started, okay? So today we're talking about content, citations, and backlinks. So here we are on your website. You have a decent looking website. You have some good call outs here. Right at the top. I love that. I like these click to call buttons. Awesome. I would take it even a step further and have your forms right at the very top above the fold. The closer they are to the top, the more that it's going to help your conversion. So when people actually land on the page, making it easy for them to convert as soon as they land on your page. So we're going to talk about content here. That's how websites are ranked. Google doesn't rank based on appearance. It doesn't matter how beautiful or flashy your website is. It is based on content. So you do have to have these separate pages for all your major services. And it looks like you have a good foundation there. So good job with that. It also looks like you serve multiple areas. And where content is key, I would highly suggest having separate pages for each of the areas you service as well. So that way you're not just targeting Gilbert. You can be targeting Phoenix and some of those other areas in your list there. Okay? That's going to help you actually get found in each of those communities. So besides having those pages, content, when we talk content, that can be videos, it can be images like these, and you want to make sure all images are optimized. So let's take a look here. See, this says home image 1. That is not an optimized photo. So you want to optimize these photos to have your local keywords. So if this is a remodel or a restoration, you might have a fire damage restoration Phoenix to optimize that photo. So you have to use those local keywords, not just the generic national keywords, okay? When people are searching for you in your area, 99% of the time, they've never worked with a restoration company before. And maybe not even remodeling. So they're not going to know who to call. So they're going to be searching those local search terms. So it is critical that not only your photos, but all of this written information here throughout your website be written around those local keywords. Now, you do have a little bit of content here, which is good. But like I said, content is key. This homepage is the most important page of your entire website. And it needs a lot of content. It ties your entire website together, all of those pages together. So it's really, really important has the right type of content and that it's built around those local keywords, because Google sends these little crawlers here to analyze your site, and crawlers are like little mini robots that read all of this information here. And so if your images aren't optimized and your written content isn't optimized and it doesn't have those local keywords, Google doesn't really fully understand what you guys are about or where you provide those services at. And so if Google doesn't understand that, they're not going to be able to send you customers from those areas. Okay, so it is really important that you have the right content. Now your homepage needs at least 1,500 words of content on that homepage, but always more than your competitors. So if your competitors have 1,500 words here, you need at least 1,800 or 2,000. Okay? And when we talk about content, we not just talk about the content of your website, but also the content that you put out on the internet. That could be your social media pages and Google Business Profile. All of that content is important because all of those pieces send additional information to Google to tell them who you are, what you offer, and where you do those services at. So those are important. So as we know, when a customer does a search, they'll do something like this here. And we want your business to show up when they do those searches. And there's 3 main areas in Google's first page where you guys could show up and have good positioning in. The first section is always going to be your ads. Those could be your cost per click ads or these local service ads here. And so this area here can be very lucrative as long as you have all your processes dialed in, you have a good solid foundation. But without that, it can be a huge money pit. So if you don't have everything dialed in, we should focus on these other 2 areas first, because this is where the bulk of the traffic actually goes. So this here is the map pack. This is where your Google Business Profile needs to be. So if your business is not listed in the top 3 for your service area, then you're leaving money on the table, because 30% of people come straight here and don't go anywhere else. So when you're not one of these top 3 companies, you're sending all of those jobs to your competition. And there are many factors that go into this ranking, but the most important are something called citations, and that is simply listing the name of the business, address, phone number, and website, and listing those in a bunch of directories like Yelp, Yellow Pages, the Better Business Bureau, Glassdoor, and you need a lot of those. You need more than your competition. Everything we do needs to be more and better quality than our competition. And every single one of those citations each send additional signals to Google, again telling them about your business, services you offer, and where you offer them. And this third section here is the most important. This is called the organic section. This is the most important section because 60 to 70% of people will skip over the ads, and they'll skip over this map area here and come right to the organic section. So when you're not when your website is not here, you're again losing out on 60 to 70% of your jobs every single month by not being listed here. So in order to get here, it again comes all back to the foundation of this website being properly built and optimized and having that keyword strategy, so Google is indexing you for those keywords and can start promoting your website, increasing those rankings, and sending customers to your website. So if we look at your top competitor here for water damage in the Phoenix, Gilbert area, you have Rocky Mountain Restoration. They also have a great website. You can see they have tons of pages. They got tons of separate service area pages as well. When we go and look here, their forms are towards the top of their page. and their click-to-calls. They got lots of these pages and interlinkings. They don't have a whole lot of content on the homepage, but the content they do have, you can tell they're not going after generic, they're going after those local keywords. And please understand that people search differently, and so there's multiple variations of those keywords that you really want to capitalize on to get the most potential traffic to your website. But they don't really have a whole lot of content on this homepage. So we need to do better than they're doing. In order to beat these guys, we have to have more content. More content on the homepage, more pages, more content on your service pages, etc. Adding blogs and long form blogs. All of those things are going to be important to be able to outrank Rocky Mountain Restoration. Now, if we look here, this is Ahrefs. It tells us how your website is performing. If we look here, you have a rating of a 9 out of 100 in Google's Trust Flow, which means your website is not trusted by Google. And that is partly because of the quality of the website, but more so the power you send to your website. Like everything we use these days, nothing works without power, right? And so to power your website, we do that with backlinks. So we do need a lot of these backlinks, but not all backlinks are created equal. This is a popularity contest, and while we do need more than our competitors, we only want the good quality do follow backlinks. So you could go out and get backlinks from like Pizza Hut and Burger King, because those are high ranking websites and high authority, but because you don't serve food, they'd actually be considered spam for you guys. They wouldn't be helping you, they would be hurting you. So we have to go after the ones mostly related to your business. So links from other websites that are home service businesses and vendors and magazines that specialize in the services that you offer or the types of services. Those are like huge shout outs to Google that tell Google that you should be trusted because these businesses are vouching for you. So we need a lot of that power. The more power we get, the better quality, the higher the score is going to be, which means you're going to have more trust with Google, and they're going to start promoting your website more. And those links are going to also help you to rank those keywords so that we're getting traffic to your website. Because right now, even though you've been indexed for 33 keywords, you're getting 0 inorganic traffic to your website per month. If we look at your keywords, we can see here there are 10 spots per page on Google. So your highest ranking keyword is on the 3rd page for flood restoration Gilbert. So even for Gilbert, which is probably going to be easier to rank at first, you're still on the 3rd page. So you guys got a long ways to go. So you definitely need to work on your content keyword strategy and then support it with the backlinks so that you can rank and get these Gilbert keywords up and start ranking for some of the bigger keyword volume in Phoenix. If we look at Rocky Mountain, we can see they have a score of a 28 with over 2,000 backlinks. However, they only have 296 referring domains, which are the actual websites that send the backlinks. So Google gives you credit 1 for 1. So they do have quite a bit of spammy links. So we don't have to go after the same spammy links, but we have to go and get better quality and more of the good links that they have. But because they have tons of pages, they've been indexed for over 1,500 keywords, and they're getting over 4,300 people on average to their website. So yes, you can compete with these guys, and at some point you may even be able to beat them, but you do need to follow these tips that I've shown you today. Please feel free to reach out if you have any questions. We'll be happy to chat.